Good morning, everybody. It is December 27th. It's 26 degrees this morning. As you can see behind me, it's a little frosty, but there's no snow. And that's quite surprising for this time of the year. I was in Detroit for the holidays, visiting friends and relatives, and I was in a pool on Christmas Day. It was 60 degrees in Detroit, and it was abnormally warm, but you know, I'll take it. I'd like to see some snow though, so I could get out and do some ice fishing. But you know, I'm going to take advantage of this weather. We're going to be digging a couple more holes today for the foundation of the cabin. So we'll get that done today. I'm going to try to get as much as I can done with this foundation today. And I'm going back home tonight. So just another one-day visit. But it's nice to be back up here. It's nice and quiet. Although this morning when I pulled in, I got out of the truck and about a quarter mile to the east, maybe less, the coyotes were going nuts. For about 15 minutes, they were yipping and hollering and barking. It was pretty cool. I just stood there and listened, and it was pretty neat. It's always fun to get back up here because you really don't hear anything else except nature, other than I heard a chainsaw a couple minutes ago off to the west of me here. But I'm going to be making some noise here pretty soon too, so. But glad to be back up here, glad to be back at the cabin / foundation and getting this thing moving forward. Take advantage of this weather as much as I can, considering that there should be a foot of snow on the ground up here by now, or at least several inches. And I've seen snow on the cameras a couple of times, but maybe only an inch or two at a time, and it's gone in a couple of days. So this has been a really strange year so far. There's really not much snow anywhere in Michigan or anywhere in Wisconsin. The whole drive up here, I didn't see a speck of snow, so it's just frosty this morning. But anyhow, let's get started on digging some holes. Not frozen at all. Yeah, another rock. I got about 2.5 feet down before I hit a rock. Big old rock, so that's going to be the bottom of that hole. Now I'll get over to the other side and we'll dig a hole there and see if we don't hit another rock. This will keep you young. Ooh. Either that or it's gonna prematurely age you. I gotta cut back on the beer and cheese. All right, that's good. All right, we just got to dig one more hole in the center here. So I'm going to have a center support going across here. Overkill if you can afford it. If you can't, do the best you can. Definitely I'm overkilling it. Let's go for 2 out of 3 with no rocks in the hole. All right, holes are dug. Gotta dig some smaller ones, a couple more of those, but the major ones with the deep posts are pretty much set. So let's get some posts in place, and then I'll put one on this side in the center and one over there in the center. And those will be my nailing points for the center beam. So I skipped ahead a little bit because of a time crunch, and I've got all the posts in the ground now. I just got to fill them in with cement, stone, and then dirt over the top of that. And I got a couple of the floor joists in so far. I'm going to put a few more in probably before I go, but I want to check some cameras out in the woods before I leave to go visit my buddy Jeff at his place. About I don't know, 4 days ago, I had a guy walk through the property, and he was carrying what looked like a rifle, might have been a shotgun. I couldn't quite tell because it was foggy, so I got a really foggy image of him. And all I could tell that he was a taller guy, older, and he was carrying a gun through my property. So I caught him at the first camera over in the other corner of the property. And about a half an hour later, I caught him in the next camera as he was walking past the makeshift hunting cabin. So he spent about a half an hour walking around on my property with a gun. So he was either poaching or he was hunting for rabbit and grouse, because that's really the only two things that are in season right now, as far as I know, other than deer, but that's bow. So I'm going to check the other cameras and see if he walked past any of those, and see what I'm going to have to do to try and button this up a little bit. I'd rather not have people walking through the property with a gun. I'm going to get some more stuff done here, but it's moving along pretty nicely. I'll give you a little roundabout shot here as to what's going on. Okay, here it is so far. We've got 2 floor joists in right now and the center support. We got that center post in. We got a post in on that side with a brick on the bottom, and a post on this side with a stone in the bottom. So that's about 2 feet down, and I put that big paver stone in there. That paver stone is about 4 inches thick. It's a nice paver stone. Did the same thing down there. And of course we got everything else in place. So I'm going to fill in all these holes and then try to get a couple more of these floor joists in, temporarily of course. Nothing's bolted in or anything yet, but it will be soon. Well, there it is. So far, this is about all I'm going to do for today. I want to run out in the woods and get the cameras and then head over to my buddy Jeff's house. I'll tell you what, if you're an off-gridder and you want to build a cabin, get yourself some Milwaukee tools. I think they're the best on the market, at least for the price range. This is all I own is Milwaukee tools. I'm a contractor back in Milwaukee, so that's all I use is Milwaukee, and I've pretty much switched over to all battery operated tools for the most part. I've got some of the floor joists in, all of the posts are set. I think I have enough posts here right now. I was kind of looking at everything and it's pretty solid. I don't think it's going anywhere. I was thinking about putting 2 more posts on that side, or that side there, and over here too. But I decided against it. It's a lot of digging. So again, like I said before, I'm an overkill guy, but I think this is good enough overkill. So it's going to be really good and solid when it's done, and it's not that big of a cabin anyhow. So, you know, we'll make it work. So this is going to be the floor soon. I'm probably going to have to come back out one more time to get this floor all set. I'm also going to be putting in hurricane clips, or the joist hangers on both sides, not hurricane clips. But I got to get all the joist hangers in still. I still have to get all of the bolts and nuts through the sides and through the 6x6 posts and stuff like that. So I still have a little bit to do before I get this floor insulated and I get the OSB on top. I'm not sure if I'm going to put OSB or 3/4 inch plywood. I might just do 3/4 inch plywood because it's probably going to sit for portions of the winter before I get the walls up. So anyhow, this is it. I got to run out and get some cameras and head over to my buddy Jeff's house. So that's about it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly did. It's nice to get back up here in the UP where it's nice and quiet and all I hear are the animals while I'm working. Fantastic. So take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks.